All right, we got. All right, there we go. We finished the regular season, 8-10, 6 seed. We wanted, once we knew we couldn't get that 5th spot, we wanted the 6th spot. Now we kind of backed in the back door on that one, but we did get the 6th spot, which is really good for us because that's the highest since 13, and there were 8 teams in the league at that, and now 11. So we're in that 6th spot. Played a 6-11 game, and then Nick, I asked him this morning, and he gave me, and this kind of put me in a downward spiral here reading all this information he gave me. But in the Mountain West Conference tournament, as a higher seed, we've never won. We were the number 1 seed in 2004, and we got beat by the last place team, 1-8. We were number 2. We got beat by the 7th place, and 3 in 05 lose, and then the 4th in 07. So we've never won as a higher seed. Why'd you give me that information, Nick? Yeah, I asked for a lot of things you don't give me, but you gave me this one. It was good he was on top of things today. But say that. We've played them twice. Overtime win there. Besides them beating New Mexico, that was their one conference win. I think they've played us the best because of the matchups with their size and their height. They play everybody man. They play us zone. So we played 4 halves. We went to overtime. But the 4 halves, they've won 2, we've won 2. So I think we're a little bit more. They have some equal parts to us. But we're excited about getting the 6th seed, playing on Wednesday. I think it's the 4 o'clock game. Is that correct? 4 o'clock game. Plenty of time for sushi the night before and recover. And you'll be there, right? And the wins we've had in the Mountain West Conference tournament, we've always been the lower seed, 9-8, 9-8, 9-8, and then 10-7. And then we were the 6th seed twice. And we lost both those games, but we played UNLV. The good thing is we're not playing UNLV on Wednesday, right? So, and then we were talking, we went to Boise. We were there a little bit early, so we practiced there Thursday. And Coach Rice came out to practice, brought his dogs out. They ran around the court, scared the crap out of our players. And you saw the dogs, didn't you? They were out there running around the court. Some of those dogs shot better than us on Saturday. They rebounded the ball a little bit better, too. But he said, and there was a chance that things didn't work out. We could have played Boise here on Wednesday in the 8-9 game. They ended up finishing, I think, 8th, didn't they? But we ended up finishing 6th. I told him after the game, I'm glad that didn't happen. They were pretty good on Saturday. We played well on Tuesday. So last week played well on Tuesday, the Nevada game. I thought we did some really good things against a really good team, obviously, that finished first in the league and just moved back up to, 16th this week in the poll or so. I think they moved up or 14 or something, 15, 14. And I voted Utah State in this week, too. I thought they were deserving a spot, 25. But anyway, so we played well there. Didn't play as well out there against Boise. They really attacked us inside. They got us deep with Haney. Haney had a career night. It was senior night for him. He buried us inside deep. A.J. Walker didn't have a great game for us. You know, when he fell down the second time, I knew it wasn't going to be a good day and turned it over. And we just weren't clicking. So now we have to wash that behind us. We had a good day yesterday. We came in, watched film, went over scouting report. We'll practice today, practice earlier tomorrow, then fly out, and then we play on Wednesday. But again, to finish 8-10, we were picked 10th in the league. We finished 6th. So we've pushed the needle, moved up, and have a lot of guys back. Have a lot of guys back for next year, but it's not done yet. We have an opportunity to play San Jose State. The winner gets the 3 seed, which is Fresno. We've played them once this year, and then we go from there. But we've got to be good on Wednesday. They're gonna come at us, and take the ball out of, I think, Ryan's hands and Lavelle's hands. They did that late in the game here. And we've got to make some perimeter shots. We shot the ball well here when we played them. And for the most part, we did some good things defensively. Second half, we were up 23 at the half. And then second half, they cut it to 12, I think, twice. But we never let the lead get underneath that because we were good on the perimeter. We made shots. So we've got to be good on Wednesday to get an opportunity to play on Thursday, survive in advance. So we're looking forward to it, though.
I think I know the answer to this, but going back, speaking of food, this was not a Red Lobster weekend?
No. We did not have Red Lobsters weekend. We had Buffalo Wild Wings, right? We had Buffalo Wild Wings, and then we ate in the hotel, which was really good. But we had some guys in our traveling party, coaches and administrators and whoever else may be, that ate a lot of ice cream and donuts. I mean, they went to a donut shop and had a good time. Good time.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. You guys have got the first 2 on San Jose State. What problems, I think you kind of mentioned the matchups, what problems do they present on the court?
Michael Stedman, number one, their post player, has been really good against us. He's averaged like 20-some points and 11 or 12 rebounds against us in the games we played. and we have him in great interior defense, especially, Saturday we weren't really good. We've got to take the ball out of his hands inside, deny him the ball. Once he gets it, we may have to send somebody else down there to trap it. And the other thing is we've got to attack their zone. They changed their zone against us in the second half here. They went more of a 1-1-3 and really just kept the guy on Lavelle in the mid-post to take away his offensive scoring. So we had to adjust to that. We didn't adjust to it early in the first 6 or 8 possessions, but then as the half progressed, we were better at it. So we've got to do a better job attacking their zone because they're going to change things up. And then we've got to keep the ball out of Stedman's hands. Stedman's played well against us.
They have nothing to lose.
Nothing, yep.
Tournament. You guys,
yeah.
They have nothing to lose. That's, I guess, how do you embark that mindset with the players of got to play well Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on?
Yeah, we talked about a couple of years ago, we got beat by Wyoming twice during the regular season. Double-digit losses both places, at their place and here. And they had us a 10-7 game. They win. They're playing Colorado State. They split against them. And then they were thinking about getting to the semis already. Well, we started out that game against Wyoming, and we were up 25-0. They weren't ready to start. And I'm not saying anything about them. Their coaches told me that because they were looking ahead to Colorado State. They bypassed us. Well, you got to get to, you get to the second step. You got to step on the first step. We can't do that. We talked to our guys yesterday about the same thing you just said. We've got to be ready early against San Jose because if you don't come out of the gates aggressive and early, they're going to gain momentum. And again, they have nothing to lose, and the baskets gets bigger for them and smaller for you. So we've got to be good early, middle, and late, and take the records out. Everybody's 0-0 right now.
Coach, you talk about making gains in the conference standings as you guys did. Do you still feel like you are that lower seed, going into this matchup, even though you aren't?
Yeah, because although we've gotten to the point where we've gotten to 6, and we've beaten the third place, the fourth place, the fifth place team in the league. We didn't beat Nevada or Utah State, and they're 1-2. So we've gotten wins over some good people in the league, and we've beaten some people behind us as well. But I see what you're saying there, but we've got to have a little bit of confidence, and a little bit of a swagger to us as well, and go in knowing that we're capable of advancing. And sometimes maybe in the past you hoped, but maybe realistically you weren't because some people had some pieces that were a little bit better than yours. We've played some people pretty well. The team we haven't played well is Colorado State, and they're behind us. The only way we'd meet them would be in the final, right? That'd be one heck of a final, too, if it was like that. So I think we're moving right.
And just talk about, obviously, entering the postseason. As you mentioned, everyone's at 0-0. How fun is this chapter for you guys in the locker room? And do you guys get a new excitement, obviously?
It is because we always talk about 3 seasons. Your non-conference schedule, then your conference schedule. We grew out of the non-conference schedule. We had injuries and some lineups we were mixing around. Then we got the conference play and started 0-3, and now we're 8-7 since then, with some close ones in there as well. So we've gotten better through the conference season. I think we've had some players step up. Ryan and Lavelle have shown and I hope they get voted in some of the awards here coming out probably tomorrow. I think they're deserving of one of the 3 teams in the league, and I think it's tomorrow, correct? Yeah. And media comes out today. And did you have a vote in there? You voted for our guys, did you? Good for you. Good for you. I knew you were a smart guy. Thank you. Appreciate that. But they're deserving of that, right? Thank you. And I think if we had a freshman team for the men, we don't. I think A.J. Walker would be on that 5-member freshman team. So, again, getting back, so now it's the 3rd season. So, again, you're 0-0. As Coach Musselman said the other day, you just have to go 1-0, and then you get to the next game. So we're excited about moving forward. I think we've played well in Vegas at times, whether it's UNLV in the conference tournament. We're looking forward to getting there and getting that game on Wednesday.
And as you mentioned, you want to forget that game in Boise, but talk about the strong finish to the regular season.
We did. We won 3 of 5. Boise was going to be a challenge. They're talented. They've got some really good scores. I knew we were in for a night. I couldn't sleep Friday night before the game, so I always have the TV on. I'm allowed to do that on the road. At home, I'm not allowed because the wife rolls over and says, "Are you still watching that?" Yeah, I am. If I'm still up, I'm watching it, right? If I wasn't watching it, I'd turned it off. But I had the TV on, and like ESPN at 4 o'clock, they run SportsCenter every hour. At 4 o'clock, they said we're going to talk about 3 players who have a chance to test the waters in our NBA draft hopefuls. And number 2 is Derek Alston, who we were going to play a couple hours later. And I said, oh, my gosh. And I know he's a good player, and he had 20-some points against us, played really well. So, but no, we did finish the season pretty good. The Fresno, the 3 wins in a row, the Nevada showing here. So now we've got to get back to that point, and let's go to Las Vegas and see what we can do.
When you talk about not looking past that first game,
No, I can't.
Can you spin what happened in Boise as a positive to
Yes.
help that from
'Cause
happening?
I think some people around here were telling our guys they were pretty good after the Nevada game. You played hard, you played well. Nevada's staff and players complimented our guys, and I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves. And you're only as good as your last game, and I think we thought we played Boise at home and beat them. Now we got them on the road. They've lost some games in a row. No, it's not. This league is too good. There's good players in this league everywhere you go around, and you've got to be ready to go. So I think now you can maybe get their attention a little bit and we can get back to doing what we did.
And in the first half, you didn't have free throw attempt. And was that, is that something you want to see when you guys are struggling? At least try to get to the rim?
line. And they were. I'm not saying we shouldn't have had one, but we didn't have one. Yes, you're exactly right. And then once they started to pressure us and push us away, we settled for perimeter shots instead of getting to the rim. And we had some rim shots too. I mean, we had an open layup that we didn't convert. Ryan rolled out, in and out, and Lavelle was at the rim a few times, but they just didn't drop.
And did AJ hurt his hand?
He did, but he hurt it in the Nevada game. He hurt it when he fell here in the Nevada game, and it's been bruised and sore. And I didn't think it was a factor, but I don't think he had full mobility and control with that right hand. Because he did pass the ball to them a few times. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't a stat line like he's had. Is that a concern?
Yeah, well, our trainer said last night he was better and it should be okay. Just some discomfort, but hopefully a couple more days it'll be better, and we won't hit him on that right hand today.
If you aggravated that,
Yeah.
do you go to Sid as the point guard or does LaShawn Brown play it?
I think both. It's a good question. I think both those guys. I think LaShawn give us some good minutes. Depending on what they're doing, we can go to Sid or LaShawn. So I think both are capable. Sid will play in different spots, but LaShawn can be somebody can come in as well. LaShawn and Sid were 2 of our better players against San Jose defensively. They did a really good job on their best scorer. One of their better scorers, Bauman, number 20, can really shoot it. He had 8 threes here recently, maybe 2 games ago, so he can really shoot the ball, but they did a good job on him.
How do you feel about your perimeter defense? Because obviously if San Jose is going to win, they're probably going to hit a lot of threes. Would you say it's Stedman in the inside, but
Stedman inside, they'll make some shots. We've got to pick them up a little bit higher up the floor and put some pressure on them and make it uncomfortable. We can't let them get inside the arc to get inside and kick it out. So our perimeter, it's got to start with our perimeter defense. Get back in transition and then contain the ball higher up the floor.